Welcome to Dover International Speedway for the AAA Drive for Autism 400. 35 of the NASCAR Verizon Cup Series best drivers are lined up on the grid, willing to take on this tough and treacherous racetrack. Here are your drivers to watch for. Qualifying was rained out, so that meant Kyle Busch got the pole, and he is really good at concrete tracks. He won at Bristol. Jimmie Johnson, he's won the last two races. He's trying to make it a three-peat. The 48, really good at Dover International Speedway. Darrell Wallace Jr. making his Verizon Cup Series debut in the 43. Now let's send him to pit road where there is a familiar face.
Winning shaft and series host of the F Word with Gordon Ramsay on Fox. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Gordon Ramsay. Drivers, start your engines. Let's go!
As Gordon Ramsay fires up the engines, let's take a look at our starting lineup. In row 1, it's Kyle Busch next to Kevin Harvick, and in row 2, Martin Truex Jr., the defending winner, next to Kyle Larson. Brad Keselowski and Chase Elliott in row 3, and right behind him, Joey Logano, and the guy who's won the last two races, Jimmie Johnson. Row 5, Ryan Blaney next to Kurt Busch, and row 6, two Joe Gibbs teammates, Matt Kenseth and Denny Hamlin. Row 7, Clint Bowyer and Talladega winner Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and in row 7, Dale Jr. and Casey Kane. Row 8, Jamie Mack next to Eric Jones, and row 9, Daniel Suarez and Austin Dillon. Row 10, Ryan Newman and Michael McDowell, and then it's Danica Patrick and Paul Menard. David Reagan, who's had a nice season, and A.J. Allmendinger starting to rebound. Then it's Trevor Bayne and Darrell Wallace Jr. in his first Cup Series start. Chris Buescher, who since the Daytona 500 has not been having a good year, Landon Castle. Then it's Ty Dillon and Matt DiBenedetto. Craig Gaulding and Corey LaJoie. And then rounding out the field in the 7 again is Ryan Sieg. Lowe's Race Facts, it's a glitch. Stage 1 and 2 are 120 each. Stage 3, 160 laps. 400 lap race. Last year's winner, MTJ. Green flag, we're racing at Miles the Monster. Through turn 4, Martin Truex Jr. trying to catch Kyle Busch, who got one heck of a restart. Kyle Busch's lap 1. With Truex closing in. One car around in turn 3, that is Matt DiBenedetto, and the caution will come on lap 27, just 3 laps before the intended competition caution. Let's see what happened. This looks like the 32 of DiBenedetto got loose. It's a pretty green racetrack. Only the Xfinity cars were on here yesterday, so these cars are going to be a lot more slick. They can't keep traction, and the 32 just spun around. See Stenhouse having a good run. Oh, and I see that, and he blows a tire and slams the outside wall. And the commentator Jinx strikes again, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. spins and hits the wall. Was having a great day. Just looks like blows a left rear tire and spins right up the racetrack and a hard hit into the turn 3 wall. That will end the day for Ricky Stenhouse Jr., who, like I said, had a fast race car. And you see him being towed away. Really unfortunate for the 17 team. And Martin Truex Jr. will take stage 1. Now Truex has won the last 3 stages. See him, Chase Elliott, Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, Kevin Harvick making up the top 10. Clint Bowyer and Ryan Blaney sneaking in as well. Spinner off turn 2, it's Casey Kane. And the caution will come out again for the first time in stage number 2, as Casey Kane will be able to drive away. Let's take a look at what happened. Just running behind Austin Dillon and Jamie McMurray, just got loose. Same thing that happened to Matt DiBenedetto in turn 3, but this time it happens off turn number 2, and a great job not to hit the inside wall. But he was right beneath the cut line in the playoff standings, so he'll be able to continue. Just tough luck for Casey Kane. And Kyle Busch will come to the line. He will take stage 2. And the points leader will grow on his points lead with a good stage 2 victory. Kevin Harvick, who needs some points, fell back to 6th in that stage. Truex starting to close in on Busch. Oh, one car on the wall in turn 1. That's Ryan Sieg. And that will bring out the caution for the 4th time for incident today. Let's take a look at what happened. It's all by himself. Just looks like blown a right front tire, and that put him right into the fence in turn 1. Good job to get out of the way, everyone. See Jimmy Johnson and Chase Elliott. But tough luck for the 7 of Ryan Sieg, and unfortunately that will end his afternoon. Truex getting into traffic again. And another car on the outside wall, and that is Paul Menard in the 27. And the longest run of the day comes to an end. It's Menard again, all by himself. He just got loose, and that seemed to be the problem for everyone today, even not in accidents. But Paul Menard will be able to continue to some minor damage. Here comes Truex. Oh, a car around. Off turn number 4, Ryan Newman, who makes some contact with the front straightaway wall. And let's see how bad it is. Just on the inside of Casey Kane, and got loose. And it looks like Miles the Monster has claimed another innocent victim. And that innocent victim was the 31 team's second RCR car in an incident today. But some repairs going to have to be done, but Ryan Newman will be able to continue. Here comes Truex to the inside. Oh, big crash in the back. Clint Boyer, Kevin Harvick. Oh, Brad Keselowski gets ran over. And a car slammed the inside wall. I think it was Jamie McMurray. But the leaders had gotten to the overtime line. So even though we weren't in overtime, the overtime rules still in effect. And look at the chaos in the back straightaway. Ton of good cars. And see Harvick, Keselowski, and Blaney able to drive away from the incident. So we don't have a good camera angle, but something happened to Kevin Harvick, and that turned him into Clint Boyer, Kurt Busch, Austin Dillon. Then no one can see because of the smoke. Dale Jr. just ran on the back of Brad Keselowski. Here's a good camera angle. This looks like Harvick tried to clear Kurt Busch, and he wasn't clear, and that just caused all this calamity. But the race is official. Kyle Busch will win his 2nd race of the year, and that will extend his points lead. And a tough day for a lot of guys. Martin Truex Jr. led over half the race, will come up short, just like he did in Pocono. See, even though those guys wrecked on the last lap, the position they were at the time of caution is where they finished. Tough day for Kyle Larson, the 42 team. See some of these guys back here. Ryan Newman couldn't rebound after that spin. Darrell Wallace Jr., first ever race, he finished 29th. Not bad. And see Ricky Stenhouse and Ryan Sieg, the 2 DNFs of the race. Let's take a look at the point standings now. Kyle Busch, 2 wins, has now grown his points lead. Martin Truex Jr., thanks to that dominating day, has moved into 2nd in the point standings. Still 9 winners have locked themselves in. That leaves 6 or 7 playoff spots up for grabs. See the guys looking in on a playoff spot. You have to be in the top 30 to win and clinch a playoff spot. But The next race will be the Toyota Owners 400 in Richmond. This is American Sports Coverage signing off.